Good morning and welcome to ARLTV. I'm Alex Simpson. I'm joined in the commentary box by Mark Noble and Andrew Woodhouse for this round 9 of the ARLTV's V8 SuperCar series, coming to you today live from Oran Park. Good morning, fellas. How are you doing?
Morning. Morning and evening, wherever you are.
Yeah, you both waited for each other there, didn't you?
We did.
The stunned silence got me a little bit worried that we had yet more technical glitches here. It's been one of those mornings, so I expected the worst, I think.
Indeed. Oran Park's always a tricky track, boys. I think we're in for an interesting one today. 50-lap race, Alex?
Yeah, so I mean, previous seasons, this has always been a great track and fun racing, very tricky to overtake. And very tricky to get out of the way of accidents that are happening in front of you as well. So we've seen that many a times over that bridge. So let's watch out for a big one there, I think.
Yeah, just heard from our colleague Mr. Noble that he used to race bikes around here. So what's the challenge that this track offers, Mark?
A bit different on four wheels, but pretty bumpy is probably the main thing on it. Getting over the bridge is probably the hardest, or the most difficult, is to keep it nice and tight in there, otherwise you're a few bumps out wide and you're gone then. Or you hit the inside wall and it just flips you, like in four wheel.
A few seconds left in qualifying, and at the moment, well, Lee Day has taken his pole position again. He seems to like qualifying. 106.1, he's over half a second. He's just under half a second clear of Dale Nish, and that is a terrific performance on such a short lap.
Yeah, fantastic lap from him there. I mean, I think that's the biggest gap we've seen on the front row all season. So him and Dale have been particularly close for the last 5 or 6 races. So good to see Sanjin up there, Tobias as well. Good qualifying performance from him. Corey Preston in 5th place. Trevor Johnson takes 6th. Jason Black returning. I think he's been away for a little bit. 7th. Chris Stone in 8th. Matty Burnett in 9th. Aaron Hamilton in 10th. Tom Jones down in 11th. Let's see if he can fight his way back up. Chris Bean in 12th. Will Dodd in 13th. Mark Warmington in 14th. And ARLTV's very own Dean Prescott in 15th place. Luke Edmonton lines up 16th, Zach Barker in 17th, Brett Spicer takes 18th, while Romer Alcala is in 19th. Steve McPherson is 20th, Nigel Bushell 21st, Brendan O'Brien 22nd, Craig Jones on the sauce again in 23rd. And actually these guys didn't set times, Apex Racing League, look at that, we're in there, woohoo! But they won't be taken to the grid.
I think Craig Jones was disconnected in qualifying, so I think that's why he... Craig Jones. That's why he didn't set a time, I believe. So, Jason Black was at Watkins last week, so he did only miss a week or so. Who's your money on, Alex? Do you think Lee Day is going to do it with his big qualifying advantage?
I mean, you can't look past him, can you, with that half a second gap? That's just massive, so...
The revs are rising. The red light will come on. Oran Park. And the green light is on. Lee Day gets away really well from the front row. Dale Nish likewise. Journey's in there in 3rd. He's already got ahead of Dale Lich. Down to turn 1. Oh, off goes Lee Day. Lee Day's off. Oh, and he smashes into the wall. That's an absolute disaster for Dave from pole position. The blood rushed to his head and he couldn't make it round the corner.
Yeah, we called it. Someone was going to go off into turn 1. Didn't expect it to be Lee Day. That half a second now, he's going to have to make that work for him and get some places. As we said, it's very tricky to overtake here, so he's going to have to take his time. 50 laps.
Oh, and very, very out of shape was Dale Nish. Gurney's all over him now at the end of the first lap. Come through this fast section with quick chicanes. The elevation changes. The last couple of corners, it looks like everybody else got round okay. and onto the pitch straight then for the first time.
A couple of the cars there just kissing the wall as they exit the corner.
No, that's not uncommon. Oh, Cherney has gone, and he's took Dale Nish with him, and there's a bit of contact behind, as well as Preston and Delilich nearly got involved in that as well. Absolute disaster for the leaders, Mark.
Yeah, mate. Bit of not cold tyres probably, and trying to brake too late.
That's Prescott off in the background as well.
Prescott, ARL, Apex Racing UK. Oh, he's got a long way back from there. I think he's lost. Not sure where he is.
It's interesting.
A long way away from home.
It's interesting. Tobias did wait for Dale to get back past. You know, you think he saw that. You know, he made a little mistake in there. Tried his best to keep the car under him, but yeah, failed to do so. Just tagged the leader.
All these guys now then have a lot of work to do. I wonder if they're just trying to make it interesting, Alex, because all the three fastest men on the track have all come to grief after just 2 laps. Not a sprint race this, so just wonder maybe the mentality. I wonder if the car's difficult on the heavy fuel. I mean, that turn 1 is difficult anyway. You can see Race on Oz now, powering forward with Preston in the lead and Delilich second, ahead of Trevor, who's got a good start in third.
Yeah, Trevor's managed to avoid all that, so he's going all right.
It makes a change, doesn't it, Mark, for Trevor, I think, to get through scot-free.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly laughing because I was just giggling to myself because he's usually in the ones that get taken out somewhere.
Well, Corey getting very out of shape.
Can he save it? Without hitting Trevor? Oh, just about, and he only lost 1 place. That's a pretty good driving from Corey actually there. He was off in no man's land. Johnson looking up the inside, he's not going to pass there very easily as Chris Stone is in 4th place, just behind them. Jason Black watches on in 5th. Matt Burnett got a great start. I think he qualified 9th, and he's now in 6th place.
I must say, Tobias did apologise straight away over the chat too, so...
Did. But he's always very sportsmanlike, is Tobias. Lee Day already up, he's up to 7th, just overtaking Chris Bean on that last lap. So, I mean, he did get some damage from hitting the wall, but it can't be that severe. I mean, he'll probably get that repaired at the pit stop.
Yeah, they got a fresh toe, so he shouldn't lose too much there.
See Preston's car sliding all over the place there. He's not got a lot of rear grip. Maybe he's overheated his tyres a little bit, struggling to keep pace with his teammate Delilich.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do.
Not very close in there, Alex, with Johnson and Stone.
Yeah, I think Johnson can sense a good result today. Just got to keep his calm and try and pick off these Race on Oz guys ahead of him.
So hard to overtake on this track as well. And you would think that, I mean, Day is down to 7th, Dale is 10th, and Journey's 13th. But this is a big chance for these guys who normally are running at the front of the field, but never really have a chance to win races. So these guys need to take this opportunity while they've got it.
Yeah, 50 laps around here is going to go pretty quickly. I mean, we're on lap 5 already, so
Yep.
it's a short lap and soon going to fly. I think, as we've seen, mainly the overtakes are going to come from mistakes more than anything. Although Trevor looked like he got just a little bit out of shape there and lost a little bit of ground. Under a little bit of pressure now.
I wonder what these Race on Oz guys are going to do, Alex, in terms of racing each other. Are they going to, try to do the best thing for the team, or are they going to try and go for individual glory?
Well, I don't think there was any race orders when we were speaking to them a few weeks back, so I would think if there's a chance to have a go, they will do. Interestingly, I think Matty Burnett's coming under a fair bit of pressure by Day, who's trying to work his way back up through this pack.
Pretty experienced is Burnett. I wouldn't expect him to cave in so easily today, but Day's got a quick car, but it's so difficult to overtake around here. You really got to pick your moment and go for it and be decisive when you commit to it. But the best place for Day to get through is probably into turn 1, but Burnett's not going to make it easy for him, especially through this last sector, which is, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, his car, actually Manny's car looking quite planted there, although just as I say that, typically,
Did he let him through?
It almost looks to me like he let him through there. So he didn't lose too much time, looked very deliberate that. So perhaps just doesn't want the pressure this early stage of the race. Figures he could probably follow Day through and up the pack if he can sort of like hook on the back end and spot some of his braking points.
Well, that's it. I mean, Ali's just...
And that's one of the LMR cars in the background off as well. I think that was Jason Black. It wasn't.
Yeah,
it was Trevor Johnson.
Johnson's gone off, has he?
Wasn't.
And now he's down just in front of Journey. So I don't know what happened to Trevor.
Let's just have
a look.
Let's have a quick replay of that back. Just see what happened.
Oh yeah, he's been in the fence, I think. Turn 1.
So he was under a fair bit of pressure from Chris, but he pulled that away again and was sort of catching up on the back of the two Race on Oz cars. Coming down the main straight here. I think it's just turn 1 again. He's just gone in too deep and got 2 wheels on the gravel. You know what? He's got it stopped. He has got it stopped before he hit the barrier.
Hit the wall. But
So
watch when he comes back on the track. The herring moment for Jones. When Johnson comes back on the track.
Oh, someone's off.
comes out just
He's
in
off
front
again.
of Tobias.
Trevor's off again. Same place. And Hamilton's off as well in the gravel. So Hamilton and Johnson coming to grief. I don't know what what he's doing there, but that's twice in a row now. He's come a cropper and turn 1.
Yeah, down to 14th.
I like this. I like this. James is just cruising around picking up spots without passing anyone.
Yeah, ninth place now. I mean, we did say that really all you need to do is stay out of trouble, and people do fall off the track here. So,
of course, those who don't know, Mark's the boss of Kimmy's Rural Fencing Team. Tom Jones, his lead driver, is in 10th at the moment. His other driver, Will Dodd, is in 13th.
I'm actually showing him in 11th at this point. So he must have made a couple of places in that lap.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Dodd's in 11th because, of course, he passed Hamilton and Johnson, when they went off into the gravel.
Yeah, and interesting, we missed it off camera, but it's been a lead change. Corey's now in second place. Sandrin takes up the reins at the front of this pack, closely followed by Stone.
And Black as well, Alex. Just 2 seconds separates the top 4. Or at least it did before Black made a little mistake. It's all playing into the hands of Lee Day, though, isn't it? After his mistake on the very first lap, he's now only 3 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, and 5th place as well. So here we are, lap 9. I think if you can just pile a whole load of pressure on these people, they're gonna make a little slip up here and there. It's just
I think
how long they can hold out and whether or not it's going to allow him to get towards the front.
They got very sideways there. And is Jason Black is he gonna let him through as well? I think he has. So everybody's just letting Lee Day through today. Unbelievable. Oh, he's got very wide there. Almost dipping the wheel on the gravel, and that would have been disaster for the second time in this race.
Yeah, interesting to see the guys just letting him have it. I guess they're looking more towards just finishing the race more than anything.
You think they're just not wanting to fight in case they have an accident or slow themselves up too much?
Yeah, it's a tricky one to know. I mean, it is still quite early, and it's you know people don't really want to be battling too hard at this early stage, and it's more towards the run-in halfway point. They really want to put the pressure on the guys in front of them, and as we've already seen, very easy to make a mistake here, and got to be in it at the end to have a chance of winning. So,
well, if you're under pressure coming down the main straight, it's very easy to overshoot turn 1 and 2. We've seen this already several times today. Trevor Johnson down to 14th because of it. Lee Day, 4th place. So he's about half a second a lap quicker than these guys. So we'll see him close onto the back of this pack as soon as, well, very, very soon indeed. Nobby, are you seeing anything interesting out there?
No, actually, they're all behaving themselves, to be honest.
your boys just dropped down to 10th place. Tobias Cherney just put a little move on him, I think. As Tobias slowly works his way through.
Yeah, I heard Tom actually told him to go.
Yeah, very much
which is unusual.
A gentleman's race out there this week. Oh, I think that was Corey very, very sideways. Oh, he's in. He's in the wall.
He was helped by Stone into the wall after he'd just lost the rear end of the car. Now Matt Burnett's going to try to get through on him. Down into turn 1. Yeah, that's the job done. So Preston just got a bit sideways, did he? Missed the start of it.
Yeah, let's just have a
little
little
in the pits.
Let's just have a little look at that back.
So is this strategic from Lee Day, or is this a did he get a black flag, I wonder?
Oh, I think he might be just trying to get out of the traffic, mate. Do this short one and new tyres, and away he goes for the rest of the race, I think.
Well, might have a news flash for him. I think he's going to end up in a lot more traffic by the time he gets out of here, because this is a tight track. And
just watching the replay back now of what happened. Just yeah, definitely got a little helping hand into that last corner. It was quite fortunate to be able to continue on like that.
He's still in the pits then. The long stop.
He'll be changing tyres, mate.
He'll be getting repairs possibly as well. A very long stop though, as I believe
44 seconds is crazy long.
Has he gone a lap down there?
Yeah.
He shouldn't have really had to put that much fuel in there.
That Jason
not a short stop.
It is. So Lee Day's got a lap down. Wonder if he had mandatory repairs there, Alex.
Yeah, I don't know. He wasn't caught up in what happened with Corey and Stone, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one.
I wonder if that was from the first lap, though. Maybe when he hit the wall, he bent something and had to be fixed. I don't know. Or he put a load of fuel in by mistake and couldn't cancel it. Who knows? But now that's ruined his race, really.
Yeah, Chris Bean now coming under a little bit of pressure. 5th place. Tobias up to 6th place.
Are you surprised by Chris Stone's effort so far, Alex? You've not seen him this high up in a race ever, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good showing from him, but I think he's always had potential. You know what it's like when, sometimes when you get a really good setup underneath you, you feel 100% confident. Just that little bit of confidence can give you another couple of tenths of a second. So, looks like he's enjoying the car out there.
All over the back of Sanjin.
And actually, we've got Bean's just gone off into turn 1. I think he was the second car, and we've got another race on us.
Somebody else has gone as well. It's Dale Nish. So from second on the grid, he's just had an absolute nightmare so far. Journey's gone through. Mark Warmington just behind him, so down to 11th goes Nish.
Yeah, Corey had to have a pit as well. He's down to 22nd.
Seems like nobody wants to win this race, Alex.
No. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I mean, just watching Lee's just happily circulating out there. Obviously, we do have the fast tow, so we couldn't tell if there was any damage. I didn't see anything on the way in. And we've got another car into the wall pretty hard. One of the LMR cars in. I think that might be Trevor, is it? Or
Is
is
it
it
pink
Jason?
one?
Yeah, it is pink one.
That's Trevor.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, Jason's the green, isn't he?
Oh, they hit the wall in the pits.
That pit entry's not particularly wide either, is it? And we've seen we've seen in the past people getting rear-ended going into the pits as well, because the race line obviously is as close to that wall as possible.
I don't know if we're going to have many drivers left by the end of this one, fellas.
Well, still showing 22 on the lead lap as well, so...
Yeah, Craig Jones is out. I'm not sure whether that's alcohol related or what, but he disconnected in qualifying, and then he's had he had a shocking start to the race, retired after 7 laps. Tom Jones up in 5th mark so far in the pit stop phase.
Yeah, and we've got, it actually might be Sanjin. It is Sanjin off in turn 1 as well. Trevor Johnson was just coming out of the pits, and
and he comes back on right in front of Lee Day. Almost contact there.
it's interesting. Trevor's a lap down as well now, so... And he was in the pit stop for about 16 seconds, so... Yeah, Lee Day's pit stop is equivalent to 3 pit stops he had at 45 seconds, so... I think any chance he's got of winning today is definitely out the window with that, so yeah, I'm not sure what went on there. Maybe he got a bit of pit lane speeding on entry or something like that. Is that possible here, Mark?
Off! Preston! I think he's in the wall. The last corner, that's the second time he's done that.
Yeah, that car does not look in good shape.
He pits. Oh dear.
Yeah, he's all the way down in 23rd now.
Supposedly Alex the top. Oh, off goes Delilich again, all the way off and into the fence. What is it with this turn 1 today? He almost takes out Jason Black on the re-entry.
This turn 1 is going to become legendary. It's almost as bad as Oak Tree Corner of Virginia, I think.
Oh dear, if anybody's seen that video, iRacing, what is it, iRacing DWC versus the Oak Tree?
Yep.
Yeah. I think this is worse, is it, at this point?
It's getting close.
Can you make a video after this, can you?
We probably could.
Go for it. I expect that this week. No, that's at least, I mean, it must be at least, what, 15 cars have gone off at turn 1 already, so... Well... Who's the big winner in all this then? I guess we won't really know.
Really. He's the big winner. He's leading the way at the moment.
Got a 4-second lead as well. As Delilich is struggling, you can just tell by the way his car's behaving that he doesn't quite like that. Jason Black, I believe he hasn't had any damage, has he? So
no, I don't think so. I mean,
he's just got through it all okay.
Tobias back up to 4th. Tom Jones, he's in 5th. So he's kept himself out of trouble, letting cars go as he was, and here he is, staring down the barrel of a top 5.
Matt Burnett's just pitted and on a lap down, I believe.
Yeah, Will Dodd coming under a bit of pressure from Aaron Hamilton. Sorry, Mark, didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh, you're right, man. Just watching Jason Black, mate. Turn 2, he was just sideways, 90 degrees of the track.
No, we like it. And Black, well, he's on for a solid result today. Started 7th, so I don't think he would have expected to be in contention for a podium. Obviously a long way to go, still over 30 laps left, but a good shout of a top 3 here, especially because Delilich surely has damage from hitting the wall.
He's in as well. Hits the wall on the way in too.
Yeah, so these top blokes have obviously short-filled at the start.
Yeah, it's an interesting way of doing it. maybe they thought they could use their superior pace when they came out of the pits.
Yeah, I think perhaps as well they can abuse the tyres a little bit to start off with, and then when they pit they're going to be on fresher tyres as well, so they gain even more time and track position. They've just got to be a little bit careful on those last 10-15 laps.
Well, we've seen so far turns 1 and 2 claim Journey, Day, Nish, Hamilton, Johnson. I mean, all the top guys in this league have been completely caught out by it. Dean Prescott up to 13th.
Yeah, so Dean went off quite early on, so slowly worked his way back. Oh, got another car off. You're right, we've definitely got to do a video.
Who is it?
I'm not sure actually. I just saw it in the peripherals.
Yeah. It was Lee, I think, again, was it? No, it wasn't him. There was a cloud of dust near him.
Yeah, Chris Stone here actually.
It's O'Brien.
Stone's coming under a bit of pressure from Trevor Johnson. Wants to get back on the lead lap. He's on fresh tyres. He needs to make this time count right now as well, because it's probably faster than Stone out there.
He does not want to hit the leader though, obviously. I think Stone should just let him through on the straight. He's got a 12-second lead actually, Stone. So has something happened to Black again?
No, the last few laps he's just been lapping consistently quicker than
over a
Black.
second.
So I mean, it was 7 seconds a few laps ago, but you're right, could well be traffic or something like that.
Now O'Brien needs to get back on the racing line because he's racing Johnson for position, and he does let the leader through. Trevor's looking up the inside. Good defensive driving by O'Brien, who's definitely improved a lot this season.
Yeah, obviously O'Brien come back all of about 4 or 5 races ago now, so seems to have found his feet quite nicely.
Been in the top 10 a couple of times. And I mean, Trevor Johnson, speaking of bad luck, Mark, yeah, he was taken out while leading last week at Watkins as well.
Yeah, I was in front of him.
Oh, was that you?
It wasn't me. No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I just got caught up in it as well.
So if this man is the Mark Webber of our league, I think there's absolutely no luck. And then when he does have a good position and the luck goes right, he seems to sometimes be his own enemy. So.
He's about to get overtaken by Lee Day here, I think. Oh, just hold it in, stops him from. That was good driving from Trevor actually, because he had to avoid hitting Brenton in front of him there as well while trying to defend. But he's up the inside now. Brenton probably thought he's had enough of that.
I was going to say that was tremendous driving by O'Brien though, to keep those guys behind for 2 or 3 laps. Excellent. I wasn't too happy last week, Mark. Anyway, I got taken out on the first lap. so much for all the practice and all the anticipation of a good race. But you know,
that's what happens when commentators get on the track.
Mate, some people don't have any patience in the first lap of 75.
You just get a target put on the car, mate.
Maybe that's what it is. I must have said something.
That's what I say. Anything you've ever said, he's like, what is he doing in front of me?
I must have said something to Isaac that he wasn't happy with.
Hey, you know you blokes told me to get in the top 15, and you didn't even televise it last week.
Well,
yeah, I'm sorry about that. I was
it's his fault.
I was busy getting ready for the DWC race.
Yes, I know that. I sat up till 2 o'clock watching you.
It sounded like a good excuse.
Yep, and that was a good performance by yourself as well. It was a bit crazy.
Yeah, very tricky, tough race. Just trying to keep it out of the wall at Montreal, basically.
Oh, and a lot of guys seem to be. I think it's turn. I'm not sure exactly which top corner it is. I think it's turn 3. A lot of guys seem to be putting a wheel or two on. Oh, it's niche. Goes off the track, and I don't know if he hit the fence. Yeah, he did a little tiny clip of the tyre wall, so overcooking it at turn. I don't know where that was exactly, but
He's 64 seconds behind the leader at this point, so he's struggling
he's
out there.
desperately trying not to get lapped.
Still, this little battle between Johnson and Day continues as they come up behind McPherson.
Yeah, they've actually gone through on McPherson, so I don't know exactly what. I mean, that was for position. So Stephen making that very easy for them. I don't know if he'd just come out of the pits, had he?
No, he's not. He hasn't pitted yet, actually, so I'm guessing his tyres are a little bit worn at this point.
Yeah, he told him to go through.
We are nearing half distance, Mark. Are some people splitting this down the middle on tyre strategy?
I would say a few would be. Don't know if any of my blokes are, but I'd say there might be a few.
I suppose this track, Alex, is one of the worst, especially on the rear tyres, isn't it?
Yeah, I think when we were on board, sort of you could see the guys or hear the guys were short shifting quite a bit, just to try and keep that rear end in check a little bit, save the tyres a bit.
Have we had the non-board lap yet? Do you want to do one?
We can do one.
Chris Stone's in.
Stone in the pits. So let's see.
Is Tobias just about to come across the line? Let's jump on board with Tobias. Can you take us through this lap, Andrew?
Oh, okay. Done 1 and 2 then. Very tricky braking while turning. We go towards 3. They're fairly tight right-hander actually. Oh, you can see him struggling to apply the power as we come up to. We start to climb the hill then towards the bridge. This is very tricky as well because it's blind, and then you have to be on the brakes almost instantly for this medium speed right-hander. Look how much he's sawing at the wheel. He's really having to. Oh, it's all sorts of crossed up. These fast chicanes. Look how physical this circuit is to drive. Into the second fast chicane. Picks a nice line, has a little lift. Heavy braking into the final corner. Get on the power smoothly. Yeah, that was lovely out of there. That's a lap of Oran Park. Very, very tricky place to drive, especially in this car.
It's interesting, he's still out there as well, getting the lead at this point, so Chris Stone dropped back to 8th. Jason's still out there as well, so he must have been struggling like we were saying. And actually, he's shown down in 4th place now. He's not pitted according to what I can see. No, he's in the pits now.
Jason's in
That'll
now.
Be white.
This is what Cherney likes to do though, isn't it, Alex? Just maybe do a slightly longer stint and make the time up that way.
Yeah, his tyres are going to be nice and fresh on that later part of the race, and while the guys have probably already used the best of the tread, he's going to come out and be able to push and defend if he needs to, or catch up and attack those people ahead of him, and just that last stint is going to be able to be really aggressive.
It's going to be very interesting to see where this all shakes out, because Chris Stone's now down in 8th place. So is Chris still the highest of the guys who pitted then? I mean, I believe that is the case.
Oh, big one down in turn 1.
Oh, it's Bean and Preston. Both Race on Oz guys making a trip to the gravel together. Did they hit each other? And oh yeah, they did. Goodness.
Just going to have a little look at that back on a replay.
Bean came out of the pits, and Preston. If Bean, no, Preston just went wide and wiped Bean out. Completely unintentional, but
yeah, just watch it back on the replay now as he's just Corey's just coming down the main straight. So let's just have a look.
Very strange one though.
See what happened. Yeah, you can see Bean coming out. Do you know what? To me, it looks as if Bean was trying to keep out of the way, of his teammate there, and Corey just got his braking all wrong anyway and just had them both.
Corey's actually 9 laps down, and Bean was on the lead lap, so probably should have been the other way around, really. Bean should have been the one who...
Oh, Prescott very sideways. But
Mr. Prescott's up in the top 10. Well, he was.
Yeah, knocking cones all over the place now, trying to
He
put
might-
off his...
he might not be at the top 10 anymore after that. Body. He's had a good run though, to be fair. He's not driven this car for at least probably a couple of seasons, Alex.
Yeah, it's been a little while since we've seen him in the car, so I mean he is still showing us in the top 10, so just ahead of Tom Jones. He isn't pitted yet, so I guess we're going to be expecting him in soon.
And Dale got past him. So he's 11th now.
I'm guessing someone must have pitted on that lap as well, because he's still showing us 10th on my screen.
Okay, yeah, you're right. It was Hamilton. Hamilton down to 14th.
You are right,
He's in the
Chris Stone is the top of the guys that have pitted. You asked me that, finally pulled the information up. Sanjin is second and Black is third of the guys that have pitted. So still to pit, we've got Tobias Cherney, Will Dodd, Luke Emerton, and Mark
Prescott's
Wilmington.
gone.
That's a big one. As he kept on, he's out the wall. There's a few more places and down. Yeah, 14th. He drops himself down to there.
Big spin for Dean. Will Dodd was very fortunate that he didn't catch him
I think
on the
it's,
way to the corner.
I think it's time for some new boots on that Ford Falcon for Mr. Prescott.
Yep.
I think he was scared of all the KRF cars around him.
Looked like John Prescott on that one. I think yeah, he just got 2 wheels on the grass on the braking, and fortunately, as often happens, come a cropper when that happens.
Rather interestingly, Day still hasn't found his way past Trevor Johnson here. He's got some traffic ahead of him. He's going to turn 2. That's Will Dodd as well. So Dodd down to 10th place. Actually, Dodd has exited the pits just in front of this battle. So it's a pure-on fight here, and the traffic around here is just crazy at the moment.
It's Jones, Spicer, Dodd, Johnson, and Day all fighting for position. So it's a KRF train, Mark.
It's looking good.
We lost one.
Anymore.
Oh
Dear.
no!
That's Spicer, completely gone.
Yeah, that's how Brett drives.
Oh, no.
He never does it in half things, mate. He just destroys the car.
Yeah,
don't
Brett
think
was
he hit
another
anything that
driver
time, though.
not to pit. Naturally, Tobias Cherney's in as well. He's going to come out. I was just keeping.
He's out of the pits, so not in the lead, that's for sure.
No, he's behind. He is still behind Black and Sanjin.
Black,
So.
Delalich, Stone, yep. In fact, Stone's got a big lead. It looks like 12 seconds. It is.
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting, Tobias right behind Black here, and with those fresh tyres that he's now got, it's definitely going to be advantage Tobias. So
Stone's lap times have been great though. 107.3, 107.8, 107.9, 108.2. So beautiful consistency from Chris, and he might be well on the way to his first victory of the series. Mark Warmington leads. He's not pitted. The Englishman. Having a good run. He needs a bit of luck.
I was about to say another driver has kept himself out of trouble. I think he got involved in something on the early laps because he lost quite a few places off of his grid start. So yeah, he kept himself out of trouble. Gone for this slightly longer stint, and again he'll be in a good position towards the end of the race with the fresh rubber to be able to attack those guys that he's going to come out just behind.
Speaking of consistency, Alex, Mark's times are just unreal. He has not once, since the very first lap, since lap 3, he's been in the 108 once. Every other lap, barring 2, have been in the 109s, and the others were 10.003 and 10.036.
Wow, yeah, fantastic.
That is outstanding consistency. That is some of the best I've ever seen.
And this is why he's currently sat in first place, even though he's got a pit stop still to come. But if you can drive like that, stay out of trouble. Just keep doing what you're doing, especially at this place. With the traffic that we have here as well, it just goes to show what that consistency can do. And just see where he's going to come out. We were looking at what, a 15-second stop. I mean, I'm thinking he's going to come out around sort of 6th or 7th. I'm thinking a bit higher up than that, because remember, he's not got as much fuel to put in at this point, so stop's going to be a little bit shorter.
Coming up to Roma Alcala. But as well, Mark's done great in terms of the tyres are obviously wearing, but the lap times are not getting slower, and that's the key to a great stint, as you well know.
And Johnson's still under a lot of pressure, but I think Day's got his way through this time up the inside. Hamilton's having a little look at the same time, but doesn't manage to follow him through.
Yeah, it was a good move by Day. Sees the opportunity, and now Will Dodd is the next one who's going to be under pressure. Just a couple of seconds. In fact, between 6th and 11th is just 5 seconds. It's all to play for here as we now deep into the second half of this V8 Supercar race, round 9 for Oran Park Raceway. Andrew Woodhouse, Alex Simpson, Mark Noble, and seen some great action, boys, so far.
Yeah, it's been a good race. We haven't seen our big Day just up the inside of the last corner. He's got it done, I think.
Will Dodd might be able to fight back.
Drag race down here. Yeah, we're seeing lots of accidents into turn 1 and 2. Is this going to be another one? Will doesn't seem to be finding it too hard. Probably sensible thinking when you're on the outside going into that corner.
So easy to overshoot that corner, though, isn't it? When you're on the inside line defending like that. Mark Warmington in the pits. Well, he's been in the pits. I think he's just emerged. Where has he come out? He's just behind Bean, so he's 13th. So I do think, Alex, it was a slightly shorter stop.
Yeah, 13.1 seconds. Everybody else has been sort of around the 15, apart from those that pitted quite late as well. So
45-second pit stop really here. And well, Warmington, I think he's gonna have drives like the way he did in the first half of the race. I think he'll be absolutely fine. Might be able to get into the top 10 here.
Yeah, Johnson's
in fact, he's actually quite a way behind top 10.
I'd say Johnson's now coming under a fair bit of pressure from Hamilton. Yeah, so that early pit stop that he had definitely starting to hurt him now. This is what we're going to see, I think. Those that wanted to stop early, their tyres are going to be particularly tricky these last 10-15 laps.
Hamilton getting very close on the braking, thinking about it on Johnson. Rare you see Johnson under pressure like this, isn't it? Especially from Aaron, who you wouldn't think of being quite up there with Trevor all the time.
Yeah, well, it just goes to show what tyres can do. Fresh rubber can make such a big difference. I mean, Mark was pretty clear when we said about pitting and how long the pit stops were, and he's like, yeah, make no mistakes. They're all taking tyres this week, no question. So, yeah. Very tricky track. So,
it's driven. Oh, as I was about to say how well Hamilton had driven this season, very nearly loses it going into the final sector.
Yeah, I'm actually just switched up and watching Lee Day on the back of Tom Jones. Obviously, Tom let him go pretty easily earlier on, but with 14 laps to go, so I would think he's probably going to try and defend it a little bit more. He's in 5th place. You want to try and hold on to that. He's got a long time out. Sideways in front of him is one of the Race on Oz cars as well. That is Dale. Somehow Dale's managed to find his way back up to 4th place as Lee
Day's going up the inside of George.
Same place he did Trevor, really.
Alex, all these cars on the shop from Dale backwards are fighting for position. That's 4th to 9th, just separated by 4 seconds.
It just goes to show the different strategies and what's happened in this race with people going off here, there. Everybody's managed to find their way back on, and it's all closed up. This is what we like to see. 15 laps to go.
And now we've got the championship battle, Alex, Nish and Day. Oh, Day's right up his sphincter now. He's almost pushing him through the final sequence. Oh, and Day's got good drive. Really good drive there. And you would have thought that this would have to be defended, but it doesn't look like Nish has anything for Day. Can Day break any later? He's not going to risk that after his excursions earlier on in that corner. Coming up on some traffic now, Alex Prescott is there as well, I think, and Bicep. Nobby, what do you make of this battle with Dale and Lee?
Oh, I'm quite surprised that Lee's still got the rubber, to be honest.
Yeah, he pitted in quite early,
very early.
didn't he?
Yep. Lap 15, I think it was. I'll just check that.
It's the drive he got out of that.
Lap 12, lap 11 it was, sorry, he came in. Oh, sideways, Day!
Oh!
Oh, it's not Day, Nish, sorry, big save.
Yeah, somehow he saves it. It's going to be
Lee's
fodder down here though this time, I think.
No, he got a good exit off that last corner.
He's through already.
He's slotted in, yeah.
As the back markers move over and let this gaggle of cars go. Sort of. Got some off in the background.
Oh, Dodd's at the fence, oh no.
Oh no.
Disaster for
There was-
KRF.
There was the cry of the team manager on the radio there as he tried to contain it, but a little oh no just slips out.
Dear. Such a shame for Dodd actually. He's actually only lost 2 places, so depending on how hard he hit the wall, which looks to be a fair whack, but no more than any of the others, I think he might still be able to finish.
Yeah, car looks alright. Just having a look at it now, a little bit of damage on the front right, but yeah, it's not too bad. Looks like it's turning in okay.
Looks like Johnson stifled the pressure of Hamilton. Gapped him a little bit here, and he set off after Jones, but really difficult for Johnson to actually catch Tom here. Lee Day now 1.2 ahead of Dale. Chris Stone's lead is 14 seconds, Alex. He really has had the pace all the way through.
Yeah, he's absolutely flying out there. Good consistent lap times as well from him. So, I mean, Tobias, I have to say the last time Brian did catch him up a whopping great big amount. And you would expect him to because he is on fresh rubber at this point. But, yeah, I think it's all going to be a bit too much too late. Keep an eye on it, see how it goes. And if it starts to get closer, then we'll tune in on that. But I think he's pretty safe as long as he just keeps circulating and hitting his marks.
Well, he's the season 4 champion journey for a reason, and that time by another 3/10, it's not enough time at the moment. He needs at least half a second a lap to get close. So he'll have to rely on something bad happening to Chris Stone, and that's not what we're wishing. Sure, Tobias will be secretly hoping. Romer Alcala's been off from 16th place. So it's not quite the heights of 2 weeks ago for Alcala, Alex.
No, but I think still he's out there surviving. That's the important part from his point of view.
Good performance from Nils Jordan as well, 15th. That's his best run so far.
Jonesy must have a problem because he just let. Oh,
we missed Delavich, he's out as well.
He just let Trevor and Dale straight through and straight in.
Yeah, and Aaron went through as well. So, is he a bit tight on fuel? Is he trying to fuel save? Let's jump on board and just see what's see if we can hear anything obvious.
Unless he had a slowdown penalty.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's holding back, but he is losing ground quite rapidly.
11-2 that last time round. So
yeah, he'd been matching Trevor for the last 5-6 laps. So
unless he did hit something that we weren't aware of, or could be right, Alex, it could be fuel related. You know what? He hasn't pitted. Oh no, he has. Sorry. No, he has. Lap 25. I don't know what that is. Then maybe he didn't get enough fuel in it. Maybe the tyres have gone.
Yeah, I mean, he sounds like he's nursing it, but no more than anybody else is.
Unless he's just realised that he doesn't want to push too hard, fighting those guys. He just wants to get to the end, pick up some decent points. Maybe that's a mindset. Just seen Will Dodd go off into the gravel. Could be a preservation thing. See what this next lap time is, and then we might be able to judge exactly what's right or wrong with this Russell kitchenware car. .108.9, so
Interesting
really
battle
seems...
forming between Roma, Brett and Dean here.
Oh, Prescott looking up the inside. Car was lurching around under braking. For Prescott, Alcala goes a little bit wide at turn 2. That might actually allow Spicer to creep round the outside. Don't be too nice, Roma.
No, he wasn't. Still there though, is Brett.
Almost a tiny bit of contact as
Go
well. Alcala's
for the
got a little bit wide
switchback.
now. This could be the chance.
Oh,
Spicer got very sideways though. Coming out of the corner, Prescott's lurking in the background. One of our ARLTV commentators doing a decent job here. It's been off twice, but done some decent pace.
I just hate when I see these two racing together.
Oh, Spicer! All over the place.
He saved
He's
it.
going to maintain the position. Prescott's trying to go around the outside. Oh, Spicer's got too close to the inside of the corner. Prescott boots it out of the final corner. Spicer, is he going to think about having a look? He probably will. Oh, he's overcut it. Has he gone? Oh, he almost lost it in Spicer. You're right, Mark. Doesn't do things by halves. That was far too exciting.
Spice has closed the gap down another second up front, but while it is coming down, we've pretty much called it. It's not going to be enough.
Another good battle on the track, Alex, is Luke Emerton in 9, just ahead of Bean and Warmington, 9, 10 and 11, almost nose to tail. So we got battle for 5th, 6th and 7th, and one for 9, 10 and 11.
Yeah, and we know Warmington pitted late as well, so he's probably got the fresher tyres out of all of them. So he's got the hard job to do, though. He's got to get past.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Just having a look at the lap times last time by as well. Yeah, himself and being pretty even, but Luke sort of a good half a second slower. So both these guys are catching up pretty quickly.
Well, Bean has been in the wars quite a few times this season, and I think Trevor Johnson's off. Trevor Johnson off into the gravel and he's back to the pits.
Yeah, down in 11th, so he had to he had to tow back, so it could well be his race done. He's already had a fast tow, so...
He's coming out of the final corner, Alex. One coming out of the final corner. Have a look, see what happens. He spins all the way across the track. No damage. Gets it turned around. I said his pedals. I said there's a problem with his pedals. I think he's just left the race. So that's Trevor Johnson out.
It's interesting to watch Mark here. He's keeping his distance from these two ahead. He's certainly lapping quick enough earlier on just a minute ago, just to zip right up behind the back of this little battle. But he's just leaving a little bit of a buffer room there, just in case anything happens. So
it's just metronomic consistency from Mark. Has continued since the pit stop as well. I mean, Alice, if he gets another 3 or 4 tenths of a second on his lap times, the guy's going to be up at the front of the race every time.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, we've seen him improve quite a bit from the first race of the season. Got a little move here, I'm not too sure.
At Everton and Bean, is it?
No, just on board with Dale. I think it was just a back marker, it was, yeah. Romeo Alcala there, just conceding place, but still having to defend pretty hard from Spicer.
Oh, Alcala gets very sideways into the final corner. Has Dale been in the wars again? Because now he's only 2 seconds in front of Emerton.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm guessing so, because Tom's back up to 6th place, and he obviously dropped all the way down towards about 9th or something like that at one point.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got quite a gap as well, 9 seconds, so he should be good for 6. But yeah, I'm guessing deep down he's hoping for someone else to fall off so he can get that top 5.
Warmington up into the top 10. The retirement of Johnson.
Yeah, actually talking about Johnson, he's just joined us up here very quickly in the commentary box. Trevor, just quickly let us know what happened there, mate.
Oh, my pedals started going south, which is why I ran off in turn 1 a couple of times. Then they seemed to even themselves out, and then right at the end they was going wrong again, so I pulled it off. That was it.
We saw you spinning out of the last corner. Was the throttle just spiking on you or something?
Yeah, every single input was going a bit crazy. The throttle was stuck on at some points and off at others, and all sorts of crazy stuff.
Oh, we've got a big crash. 4 cars involved, ruined it just a little bit here. That was Mark Warmington was involved in that. Bean, I think, was involved in it. Yeah, let's just take a quick look at that back. Sorry,
I was
Trevor.
just a little bit behind you there.
We'll be back with you in a second.
No worries.
At the bridge.
It's just after the bridge, so it looked like Beam was having a little move up the inside of Luke. They touched. Mark had nowhere to go. Yeah, that consistent race just ruined for him. Car looks in a shape, yeah, it's crabbing all over the place as well, so he's going to lose a fair amount of places.
Oh, and I think that was Spicer flying in at the back of it as well. Of course it was.
Good old Brettles.
Chris has apologised, actually.
That was a bit of carnage.
Yeah, Mark's just got himself back into the pit now. So, has he got fast toe or not? Let's see. Maybe.
If Prescott's not careful, he'll be in the top 10 by the end of this.
God, we'll never hear the end of it.
No.
We did make it easy for him though this week.
Well, that's it. Everybody seems at the front of the race seems to not want to win it, but Chris Stone leads by 11.2 with just 5 laps to go, and I think, well, Cherney is closing, but I think Stone's just managing the gap now, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. So, Trevor, I mean, despite your issues with the pedals and stuff like that, Oran Park always a very, very tricky track. We see it every season. People going off, particularly in that turn 1, turn 2 corner. Just tell us what the challenges are on that corner and why we see so many accidents.
You're turning, braking, and changing down gears at the same time. And it's just, if your initial braking is right at the end of the, so you knock it down a gear there, and then I try and aim to knock it down another gear at the apex, and then brake straight from the apex to the end of the outside curb to turn in. But if you get it slightly wrong or lock a front up, it's very hard to put it up in time.
I guess if you catch a wheel on the gravel on the outside, it's
that's game over.
Yeah, one way to get to the wall.
Yep, you hit that wall hard sometimes.
Well, unlucky for today. Where are we at next week, Mark?
Alton, I think, mate.
Alton Park. Wow.
Ireland.
Home circuit for you, isn't it? So.
Yep. Island layout, I think, this time, which we've not run, I don't think.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Bit of torn car
yeah, it is Island, yeah.
Oh, that'd be good fun. Wish you all the best of luck for that one. And
yeah, I better go and strip these pedals down.
yeah, Yeah, get them sorted.
Cheers, Trev.
Yeah, unlucky, Trev.
Cheers, guys.
Trevor Johnson, Elmar there. Very tricky race. We've got some paint rubbing going on there as Matty Burnett tries to put a lap on.
No, he's just
Beers.
passed him.
Oh, was it
for
was for position?
Yep. The
I just thought
P9.
Matty Burnett was that much hotter. I don't know what happened to Matty early on. So
Only
Mark
got-
Warmington's out of the pits and in 11th place.
He only lost 2 places from that whole thing, didn't he? Or 1?
Yeah, with the other guys going off, it sort of evened it out, I guess, really. So yeah, it's quite a gap to be in. So he's not gonna get far. And Prescott's not too far behind him. But that said, our leader, Chris Stone.
Prescott's just gone off the track. Oh,
Yeah, well,
All
he'll
right.
be delighted that I switch camera. So yeah, Chris Stone in the all-white car leads us on to the final lap of the race.
he's been great today, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean he's actually pulled away these last few laps from Tobias, but I think that was just a bit of traffic on Tobias's part. So, but yeah, very consistent. Kept himself out of trouble. I mean he was 4th place for a long period of time, and the guys just fought ahead of him and was able to pick off the odd person here. And yeah, just drove solid since he's got himself into the lead, worked this gap. Very good drive.
I think somebody needs to get him in a team. Get him get him some colour on that car. As he comes around the final corner for the 50th time and comes across the line to take a terrific victory. Chris Stone wins at Oran Park.
Yeah, Tobias Cherney going to come across in 2nd place. He'll be delighted with that, considering what happened early on for him. Great fight back.
Yeah, 2nd place. I mean, you'll take that every single day of the week. Jason Black, I think he'll take a podium finish.
Yeah, as Black comes across, great result.
Lee Day in P4. Well, he made it quite difficult for himself
Yeah,
on the very first lap of the race, starting from pole, putting it in the kitty litter, but he survived it in the end for some good points. Aaron Hamilton just pipping Tom Jones for 6th place. Good performance by your guy there, Mark.
Yeah, I'm guessing he must have had some sort of fuel saving in that middle stint of that. Mark Warmington here coming across indeed for his 11th spot.
Nishi in 7th.
And this is, I think this is Dean, is it? Run out of fuel? Nope, just having a bit of fun. Yeah, Dean in 12th place. Not a bad result for him, considering how long he's been on the car. He must know he's on the broadcast, I would guess.
Of course he does. Sidekick is that boy. If we tell him to start doing donuts the other way around, will he listen to us? I'm just waiting for him to just turn around and start going the other way.
Yeah, come on, someone needs to hit him. Come on, Brett. Luke, someone. Oh,
Nope, he's not watching the broadcast.
No,
he's just hooning.
Yeah. Will it blow? Anyway. Just take a look at the final positions just to confirm Chris Stone does indeed take it from Tobias Cherney, Jason Black, Lee Day in 4th, Aaron Hamilton, great result in 5th, Tom Jones. Well, I think perhaps we'll be a little bit disappointed because I think if top 5 was easily on for him today, but does get a 6th place. Dale Nish in 7th. That's actually a pretty decent result considering what happened to him on the early laps as well. Fought his way back. Luke Emerton in 8th. Matty Burnett in 9th. Chris Bean rounds out your top 10. Just to quickly run through, we got followed by Mark Warmington, Dean Prescott, Remo Alcala, Steve McPherson, Brendan O'Brien, Niels Jordan, Nigel Bushell, Zach Barker. Zach was doing a lot better than that for a while, you know, so I'm not sure what happened to Zach. I'm sure I saw him up in the top 10 for quite a fair bit. Brett Spicer in 19th, Trevor Johnson we spoke to just a minute ago, obviously had his few issues. followed by Will Dodd, Sanjin all the way down 22nd. Sanjin must have retired as well. When I don't recall seeing that. Obviously, we know what happened to Corey, Craig Jones, Mark Noble, and then us. Yay!
Hey, we beat you, Mark.
Right, just going to go to a quick break. We'll be back. Hopefully some of the guys will come up and have a quick chat to us. But yeah, stay with us. We'll be right back.
For the most realistic steering system available on the market, look no further than Sim Steering from Leo Bodnar. Designed and hand-built at the home of British Motorsport's Silverstone circuit, it's extensively used by professional driver training centres and race teams including Formula 1 since 2010. The high precision and completely linear response coupled with high strength provides the ultimate in realistic steering force feedback. Visit simsteering.com.
Welcome back to ARLTV, and indeed we have had a right old gaggle of drivers jump up. I tell you what, I want to speak to Mark Warmington first. Let me just drag him up. He'll probably be in mid-conversation. I usually cut him off, but yeah, Mark, welcome to the comms box again, mate. We just wanted to drag you up because you had such a fantastic race, super consistency, and then 4 or 5 laps from the end, disaster strikes. You've got nowhere to go, and yeah, damage and a second pit. But just tell us a little bit about your race today. Are you happy with the results?
I should be. I think I've finished 3 places further up the grid than I started. But I've always got the same strategy for Oran Park because it doesn't really like me. So it's outlast the track, then outlast the other drivers, and then worry about where you finish. So last week in the development race, I accidentally had to do 40 laps towards the end, but I thought, let's switch it around, see what happens if you do 30 laps and then light finish. And it was all coming together, like you said. And then I saw them. And the thing is, lap after lap, I knew the accident was coming. You could just see it. And then just when I thought, no, he's not going up there, is he? Okay, they're going to fly off the track. Are they going left or are they going right? And that moment of hesitation is when I went bang. And I think they got away damage-free. It was me that actually got the damage.
Yeah, I thought that as well, because I was watching you early on and I could see that you were keeping a little bit of a distance from them. So I thought, he's playing this cool, he's going to wait and see what happens with these guys, and then if it's all clean, you're going to sort of push and get your position or something like that, because we saw that you went particularly long on the first stint, so I guess your tyres were in great condition as well when you were following them.
Yeah, and I knew, it was just, I knew that they were going to come together, because the closer we got to the end of the race, the more you could see it was getting a bit tense. So I thought, okay, back up a little bit, because if it happens going up to the bridge, there's nowhere to go. If it happens in the last turn, there's nowhere to go. I didn't expect it where it came, but I should have just slammed the anchors on or gone off track. But I hesitated, it was a bit too tight. But it was a good race, so I can't complain. I finished 11th. I never thought I'd finish 11th.
Yeah, another good result, and just showing again your consistency in your finish. Obviously, we missed Watkins last week, unfortunately, but you're sort of proving yourself to be just in and around that sort of top 10 area. So yeah, hopefully next season or last few races we can just push on that little bit and just try and break into the top 10 on a really consistent basis. Be great to see.
Yeah, tell Corey I want the $50. Not really.
You just did it. So.
I know. I was like last week. I was like, oh wow, I got to the end, 0 inks. I finished 6th. What the heck? Where's my money? But no, not really.
No, but brilliant race from yourself. I thought the lap times were just awesome. Consistency was brilliant. So I just hope you can carry that on.
No, thanks again. It's a great series. I'm looking forward to running next season as well. And like you said, maybe I can stay north of the top 10 rather than just looking on the outside, looking in.
No, we hope so, mate.
I think you'll be pretty right next season, mate. You'll be up there.
Cheers, guys.
All right, thanks, Mark. Catch you next week, mate.
Yeah, see you next week.
Right, let's who we got? Let's grab Tobias up.
Hello, guys.
Mr. Cherney.
Yes.
Hey, Tobias.
Tell us a little bit about your race. Perhaps didn't start off exactly as you wanted it to. With well, actually, you had a pretty clean first couple of laps, but then made a mistake in the was it lap 2 or lap 3?
It was directly lap 2, and I apologize to Dale. It was the first time this week that I was running behind another car there, and I couldn't see the first apex, and then I realized I missed it, and I tried to hold the car on the track at sideways, and I think, unfortunately, also due to netcode and because they braked a little bit more safe, we made a very, very slight contact on my screen, and it turned him around. Otherwise, it would have been a very good start for us with Lee passing out directly in turn 1 in the first lap. Very unlucky, and I'm really sorry about this. But after this, I was able to gain a few positions by other guys also dropping first corner. Pretty happy with the result that I could manage to get a second place there.
Yeah, well, I mean, you certainly made it interesting for yourself. Chris Stone was particularly quick today as well. When you come out of the pits, you were able to close the gap up ever so slightly, but I think
it was interesting as well. I had Dean Prescott directly in front of me during the exit, and I wasn't sure what's going on. What happens if we intersect during the pit exit? What happens with the car and chaos? And so I backed up. I thought he might slow down a little bit and to let me pass because I lapped him there, I would say. And but in the end, all fine. I had no chance to catch Chris in the front, and the other two guys I got, and so it's all fine.
It's nice to see our commentators getting in the way, as always.
I was wondering, since he was driving there, I wasn't sure if there's a broadcast at all. Or maybe some kind of live broadcast from the track?
Yeah, no, we didn't do that. Well, second place, obviously must be pretty happy with that, so gonna try and push that on, try and improve that next week.
I will try. It will be very difficult. I like Oran Park, but this layout is not my favorite one. I like the part that is not in this layout, so it will be very tough to get these hairpin right, since I haven't found a braking point orientation yet, and it will be interesting for sure, especially again with the sprint rounds. I hope the preparation for the race is better than this time. It was terrible. I did my first laps yesterday and only had 1 hour, 1.5 hours yesterday, and started with practice here today 15 minutes before qualifying. Unlucky things in real life came in the way, but the result is quite okay, very good.
I think you just made half of the people outside the top 10 sick that have been practicing all week for this.
Yeah.
But yeah. With
sorry about this.
with that, well done again today, mate. Andrew, sorry.
Yeah, we hope that your Alton Park race goes better than the last one that you had with you and Trevor taking each other out.
As well, yeah.
Well, exactly, but no, Alton Park's a great track.
To avoid these mistakes, I think I didn't have one race where I was happy with this season. All races there was something here and there that didn't went right, and so I hope maybe one of the two races in the final will be looking good and okay.
Actually, this result, Tobias, puts you up into second place in the championship.
That's nice, yeah.
Excuse me, sorry there. Yeah, 393 points compared to Lee Day's 399. So. No, that's laps. I'm such an idiot.
Lee had incredible pace today. I mean, my best qualifying time in the official series was a 6.7, and I wasn't able to get it in this session here, and he just punches out a low 6.1, I think. Absolutely incredible. So you will deserve the championship if nothing goes wrong at Alton Park.
Yeah, sorry, 712 points is Lee, you're 647, and Dale is 612, so yeah, very close between you. Obviously, Dale does have that week in hand, so...
They're all to play for, though, especially if the mistakes keep coming, because everybody's made them this season, so... Yeah, Tobias, it's all, you've got nothing to lose, really, now at Alton.
Yeah, we'll try my best.
Right, well, thanks, mate. We're going to try and whiz through the rest of these interviews, so we'll just hand it back down. But anything you want to anyone you want to quickly give a shout before we move you back down?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Lenovo, to Roma, who was driving with me today. It was very nice in the TeamSpeak, and a good result for him, I think. Even if he will tell you that something going wrong in the end, I would say. And yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. Yeah, then.
All right, mate. Thanks a lot. See you then.
Thanks, mate. Well done.
Yes, guys.
Right, up next we've got Jason Black. Hi, Jason. Welcome to the comms box.
G'day, how are ya?
Yeah, all good, mate. Just tell us a little bit about your race. Must be pretty happy there with that. Decent result.
Yeah, I sure am. I didn't think I'd get anywhere near that. I've had a bit of a headache, so I wasn't really up for the challenge of battling with people. So the faster guys, I was waving them by, kind of just relying on people coming off the track to get a good position, and it worked.
Yeah, well, we certainly saw a lot of that. I mean, just looking at your starting positions, quite a way back, and yeah, we can see you being pretty conservative in those early exchanges. So just letting people do what they do, and we were talking to your teammate, and he was saying about the difficulties in turn 1 and turn 2. And I don't think I've seen a race like this before, where people are going off so much in like that particular corner, or one particular corner, apart from say like Virginia and Oak Tree. I mean, how would you compare that corner to say like the Oak Tree corner, for those that haven't drove Oran Park, just that might have driven Virginia? What would you say is the easier of the two corners?
Oh, definitely the Oak Tree. I'd go with. That's hard to get the power down at the Oak Tree, but turn 1 on Oran Park, I think it's because your tyre temperatures are constantly changing, and your brake bias that's required is constantly changing, and if you're not keeping perfectly on top of it, the car will behave very differently from lap to lap at that turn 1.
Yeah, you managed to keep yourself from any accidents, so well done there. Just
also not a lot of runoff area there, is there? So if you do make a mistake, it's very, 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 very hard to. I mean, it's just gravel, isn't it? So no room for error there whatsoever.
And you're carrying so much speed, that short amount of runoff's nowhere near enough.
Yeah. I was just looking at the table. You're sitting in 7th place, but you've only obviously managed 8 rounds this so far this season. You must be pretty happy with that overall.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Just try and sort of be consistent. Next season I'm going to go for a bit better, but mostly this season I'm new to the series, so I'll just, try and be a good boy and stay out of everyone's way and just be consistent. It's all about the team really though. I want to get the points for the team.
Mark, I think you wanted to ask Jason something there. Interrupted, sorry.
Yeah, Jason, look at your lap times there, mate. They were very, very consistent, mate, the whole race. That was a good race from yourself.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Compliments from team boss to there.
Yeah.
I
didn't qualify as well as I've liked. In the official series, I've qualified with a 106.8, but I couldn't get anywhere near that today.
Is that the key thing to this track, to having a good race on this track? Just keep it simple.
Definitely, stay out of trouble. Keep it simple, stay consistent, and stay out of trouble.
That's why I was in the comms box, mate.
Good stuff.
Well, thanks, Jason. Anyone you want to give a quick shout out before we drag somebody else up here for a quick interview?
Yep, just shout out to Kirsty Black. She couldn't make it tonight. Only one of us could come in because our internet's been shaped. So if both of us got on, we'd be blinking on and off.
Yeah, well, we look
hopefully that'll
forward
be
to
fixed for you next week.
Kirsty coming back next week?
Oh yeah, she'll be back for sure. We should be unshaped any hour now. Just waiting for it to come good.
Alright, well thanks very much, mate. We'll see you next week, and good luck at Alton.
Thank you for having me.
Performance again by Jason. He's had a consistent season. But we're hoping to turn that into some victories next season, I think.
Yeah, indeed. Let's drag Aaron Hamilton up. I haven't spoken to Aaron too much, but he had a pretty good race today, nice and solid, consistent again, and worked his way up through the pack slowly but surely, and got himself a top 5 finish. So congratulations, Aaron. Welcome to the comms box. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Oh, it's a pretty good race. I guess it started off going into that first corner, first lap, and the computer froze going around on the outside for a second. So once I got through that, got through the first lap, smooth sailing until I spun at the first corner, and then I just pushed really hard. I was really surprised when I came into the pits, and when I came out, I had Lee and Trevor right in front of me, so I was even more surprised. I thought Crispus came early when Trevor spun around into the wall and Dale Nish spun out in the first corner. So it's a pretty good race.
It seemed like nobody wanted to win the race at that point. I think you were in the gravel with Trevor at one point, weren't you?
I don't believe so. I think I avoided contact with Trevor for once.
Yeah, it was certain. We were talking about the other drivers about the challenges of sort of the turn 1 and turn 2, and just how tricky it is. And like you say, you just managed to keep yourself out of trouble there, really, and just to pick up the places. There was a few drivers that approached this race with the similar sort of mindset, and they've all ended up with good results. So it seems quite clear to everyone, I think, that perhaps listening to the interviews back, that here is one track where you just really need to focus on just hitting your marks and just staying out of trouble.
Yeah, precisely. I mean, it's such a tight track, and if you go off, it's very hard to pass. So you really got to be consistent.
We're Alton Park next week. Different layout to normal. So what's your thoughts on that one, and how do you like the circuit?
I'm okay with the circuit. I'm more worried that it's a sprint race. I never really go well in the sprint races, so we'll see how it goes. Not really looking forward to it, but like the circuit. Maybe I'll get lucky.
Yeah, it can be a little bit like that, and I think if for the second
might get
race,
reverse grid pole.
Yeah, I was about to say, for the second race, try and get yourself on that reverse grid pole, and yeah, you might end up with your best points haul for the season.
That's the hope.
Alright, and thanks a lot for popping up and having a quick chat with us. Well done again for top 5. Before I just let you go, anything you want to quickly say or shout out to?
I'll give a shout out again to a game we recently released to the Google Play Store called Audionauts. It's a music game for tablets, so if you're interested in that sort of thing, go download it and give it a whiz and see how you like it.
Alright mate, thanks a lot, and we'll catch you next week.
Thank you.
Yes, Aaron. Solid performance there by Aaron. Who's your driver of the day, Alex? I was going to ask you at some point.
Yeah, I'm not really sure who I would give my driver of the day to.
Chris? I would think, actually.
Yeah, from where he started, you have to think probably Chris. I mean, I'm just looking at the start now, and he was way down there and just kept... Yeah, you can't... I mean, I normally look away from the leader just to give it to somebody else who's had like a solid race and worked their way up and improved. But when you look at where Chris started, I don't think you can give it to anybody else, actually.
And I believe it was his first win as well.
Yeah, oh wow, there you go, even more so.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I think it was his first win. I can't remember him winning one before.
But
great drive.
Yeah, totally. I mean, and another great drive actually. Joining us in the commentary box, Tom Jones.
G'day boys, how are we?
Sure,
yeah, all good, fella.
Hey, Jonesy!
Nice to see you back on track and everything else like that. I take it take it all uni and everything all went all good and whatnot.
I'm still in grade 12, so I've still got about 10 days left until that's finished. But then I've got a big old, like, 6-month break until uni starts, so that should be good.
Okay. See what I know? Useless.
Hey! Hey, what happened at the end there, mate? Why were you letting those blokes through?
I got to slow down, mate. I cut the chicane a little bit.
Bloody corner cutters. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know. It's like F1 all over again. Christ. No, well done, Tom. It was a good race, mate. Tough battle there in the middle of the race, though, with Will and those guys.
Yeah, it was. You know, as opposed to, I think it was a couple of weeks ago when I was all by myself at Road Atlanta. This week I was always racing someone, which is good. But yeah, this track is just really tough to keep it on the road, and that was my main aim for the race, which I did successfully. I didn't bin it too many times or at all, so I'm really happy with that. And yeah.
So I mean, just as far as this season goes, obviously it was a bit of a write-off season for you. But interestingly, you've gained 8 places over the week in the championship. So, but up to 28th place. I mean, just with you having 6 months off, I take it you can be back for next season, the whole shebang.
Yeah, I should be back for the whole hog next season, so I'll give it a good crack next season, and I hope I'll be up there for most of it.
Yeah, it's nice to see actually that you come back and sort of found your feet where you were pretty much straight away. So obviously we know when you left, you just sort of had you'd had a win and you were starting to really show really good consistent pace. So it'd be next season I look forward to seeing what you can do and seeing you fighting for those top 5s week after week.
Yeah, I think I needed the break too. You know, it got a bit stale after a while, and I feel really refreshed and ready to get back into it now, which is good.
Yeah, indeed, can happen very easy. So, well, next week we're Alton. I've asked everybody else the same question. You know, how do you like the track? Thoughts on the layout? Sprint races as well. So, it's going to be a very, very interesting weekend.
Yeah, Mr. O'Brien told me that it's a different layout, and I gave it a go just before the race tonight. And that hairpin halfway through the track is really tight, so that's going to be quite interesting to see if anyone can pass there. You know, because it's that tight. It's a bit silly, really.
What's that one? Is that the Foster's? Is that the Foster's circuit? Is it, or is it different?
I can't remember. Island.
Oh,
yeah.
Island. That's nasty.
Well, I remember
I'd look at that hairpin.
I've done that in the Lotus 79, and you can pass quite amicably around the outside of the hairpin, actually.
Oh, really?
So there's a little tip. Don't worry about the inside; they'll cover the inside off. You just have them around the outside. It's actually quite a bit of grip around the wide line. It's surprising.
Oh, okay.
Very tight there, actually. Yeah, well, that'll be an interesting one for you. Do you like the track though, Tom?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's quite similar to this one in a way. It's a bit you got to be very smooth, and I don't like being smooth. I like going sideways. But
fair enough.
You know,
he wears all our tyres out.
It's very easy to get. It's so bumpy, you know. So it's very easy to lose traction. So it's a bit tricky, over the bumps at the back there. So you really got to be concentrated for the whole race.
Well done again today, mate. 6th place, good solid result. Shame about that little slowdown you got, as I think you probably would have had a top 5 there. But congrats nonetheless, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, before you go out, mate, I've done it before. I've said to everyone else. No reason why you can't as well. But anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Just thanks to the rest of the guys in the team. They've all been a great help to me with setups, and they're just a great bunch of blokes. So thanks to them for making it fun.
Well, thanks, mate. We'll catch you next week.
Cheers.
See you, Josie.
That's Lee.
Right, last up. As he's in there,
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Oh, he
we
is.
might as well get him up.
There he is.
Our commentator, stroke driver, Dean Prescott. Mr. Prescott, tell us a little bit about your race, my friend.
Well, joining a practice session before the race starts, asking for a setup. Yeah, it's not too bad.
That's the way we like to. That's the way we like to roll here at ARLTV. Anyone got a setup? How much fuel?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did well there, mate. Though, good qualifying. I think you improved quite a lot from your practice, and then the race it didn't start too well for you, but you pulled it back.
Yeah, I got a good start, but Oran Park got nowhere to go. It's literally 2 lanes of traffic. First lap wasn't too bad. Just feeling the car, and then I'm not sure who it was in front of me. One of the coastal, Mr. Noble. Caught me slightly off guard with the early braking point, so I just locked up, threw it left, obviously to avoid everybody.
That's what we do, mate.
Yeah, I thought it was, so but no,
Especially
after
when
that
you're
it
behind
wasn't.
us.
After that it wasn't too bad. Just banging the laps in, keeping the tyres, which were absolutely horrible to keep a hold of, but no, not too bad.
So, are we going to see you for the last round at Oran Park?
If I wake up, it's pretty much the whole reason why I raced today, because I just woke up bang on 10 o'clock. It's like, right, I'm awake, I'm going to race. But now it's a bit of a warm-up race for the caddy tonight, which should be a little bit of fun.
Yeah, do you want to tell just those that are watching, do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, there's an hour-long race around Summit Point at in the Cadillac tonight. I think it's 7, 8 o'clock, if I remember.
Yeah, that's for Fenner lads, isn't it?
Yeah, Fenner lads, which are oh, there you go, see me spinning off. Yeah, they're partnering up with Leo Bodner, so just thought we'd jump in, seeing we've got our new sponsor from Leo.
Yeah, you boys are off to have a bit of a day trip, aren't you, this week?
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah, Monday. Off to Base Performance in Banbury to have a test of their GT and GP2, as it actually is, simulator. So should be a good week. So five of us going down there should be a good blast.
Yeah, it should be a good birthday present as well, as it's my birthday tomorrow.
Oh, that's right, it's too.
Yeah, birthday tomorrow, I'll be racing, commentating. Living the high life, you see.
Well, just about the race, well done, mate, for making it to the end of that one, 12th place. We thought, to be honest, at one point you were going to get yourself a top 10 and we wouldn't hear the last of it, but hey, didn't happen, so it's all good.
If it weren't for the right-hander before the bridge, I think I would have been up there. Caught the grass so many times in that corner, it was unbelievable.
No, you know what it was the curse of Alex.
Yeah, commentator's curse in there, I have to say. I did call it a few times today, actually. Said, oh yeah, he's driving great consistency, wide.
I just thought it'd be good to throw the old skin on, which I completely forgot about, to be honest. Thought I'd be showing up as a KRF, but obviously not. GT Omega it is.
Yeah, well done again. And actually, while you're out there plumping the sponsors out, let's just quickly run through our usual. Don't forget to join apexracingleague.com. Lots of different things going on there, leagues, not just iRacing, a bit of everything. So yeah, if you're interested in league racing, just sign up on there. Also, don't forget to follow us on Apex Racing TV for Twitter and ARLTV for Facebook. We're obviously our YouTube channel as well, which is Apex Racing TV. We have been authorised for YouTube streaming, so at some point we're going to switch over to that, but we've just got to get it working. I failed miserably this morning. with first test. But just to also thank the primary sponsor for this series as well, Paganini Imports. You all know what you're racing for out there. It's a very, very tasty rig that Mark reviewed some time ago. Didn't want to pack it up and give it away to you guys, but it has been packed up. And I think actually, has Tom got it at the minute, Mark?
Nah, she's in the shed here, mate.
Oh, in the shed. Just you don't want to give that away, really, do you?
No,
It's going to be some rig, and the winner is Mark Noble. Hey! What's the chances of that?
Nobody wins.
Mate, I never win anything, so don't worry about it.
But yeah, and to thank yourself as well, Kimmy's Real Fencing, one of the league sponsors as well, and Coastal Kitchenware as well. We need to get a little drop down for them at some point, I think, get them in there. And then, like Dean was saying, our new sponsors as well, leobodner.com. Thanks everybody for tuning in. It's been a great race. Thanks for joining me in the commentary box as well, Mark and Andrew. Been a good race. Enjoyed the company up here. It's been good to call the action with you guys. And
yeah, it was
if you're not doing anything next week, Mark, you should come back in this one.
I think I'll be racing next week. Thanks for having me anyway.
Well, thanks for everybody for tuning in. We'll be back next week. I don't think there's anything going on that's going to stop it. So yeah, next week, Alton Park. Very, very tricky little layout there, so I'm sure we're going to see some action into that hairpin as we've all been discussing. So from myself and the guys here, it's farewell for now.